Hey guys, really beautiful day. It only got down about 57 last night, which is so bizarre because it was so freezing cold. I mean, it was so ridiculous. But anyway, that's Texas, I guess, for you, extremes. Um, but I just wanted to make a little video just to, I got to work the next 3 days. I won't be able to make a video, and I just wanted to tell you guys to hang in there. Um, it's hard. We feel like we're swimming upstream a lot of the time, and even when your own family, your own friends, they're not, they may not be against you on certain things, but they're not with you all the way. And if you're watching this channel, you're probably one of these people that's kind of your own. You've always kind of been out front with it, with the stuff. Maybe out there doing stuff other people thought were kind of crazy, whether it's meditation practice or whatever, fitness level or a diet regime or whatever, trying to make yourself a better person, trying to do better when it seems like everybody else just, doesn't care about anything. And so I just want to encourage everyone to find their tribe, find that. For me it's the people I listen to on the YouTube channels. I if it wasn't for that, I honestly don't know what I would do. I mean, I found Sahaj Marg through YouTube. I found Paul Pockets of the Future. Um, he led me to um, the Sahaj Marg. But I believe you. I think the things find you when the time is right. But I wouldn't have found that. I wouldn't have found the connection. And also, things change. You might be with a certain personality or whatever, follow them, and then you kind of just fall away from them. Maybe your values are different, or certain things happen. Um, So you have to just kind of find what works for you, and find a group of people that supports that. And I've been lucky because I kind of stumbled upon all these truther people, and I started listening to just a lot of these people they're all connected to each other, and they're all just so wonderful, just such amazing information, and really enlightening. And I've learned a lot, and but more importantly, the support, you know, and to hear people encouraging, giving encouraging information. That the latest that I've really turned on to is that tarot with Janine. She really is. Um, what's interesting about her is I was just listening to an interview did yesterday. And she said when she first started covering Trump just a couple of years ago, she just started her YouTube channel, and she started it out with kind of chasing political stuff. And she was a totally anti-Trump person. She said she was a CNN watcher, and um, so she already had a preconceived notion of Trump. As did I. Same thing with me. I thought Trump was a clown. I couldn't believe it when he was running against Hillary. I was like, oh, he's just you know he's helping her get elected because she's such an unlikable candidate. Anyway, so she started reading the tarot on him, and the cards, like she said in her video, the cards don't lie. And she said she basically was becoming red pilled on her own channel. So by doing her cards, she was getting information that was contradictory to what she would have supposed to be true. And she actually was realizing that Trump was actually the good guy in all of this. And she does a lot of stuff on the royal family. So what she's basically saying is the royal family is kaput. A lot of people have said that they've already capitulated. So that's a big deal. And but the point is we got to find find people that that get your vibe up, that get your increase your vibration, or your energy level, your spiritual energy. And that's really important. There's so much negativity out there. There's so much. We it's we. I think it's super important to understand, and this is why I talk about things like the underground bases and things like that. We need to understand the enemy, and the enemy is very sophisticated. They have tools and techniques to attack our mind, and we have to be aware that that's happening. And so, when you feel off and you feel like, you start getting down, you start might be even getting depressed a little, start feeling off, you really have to attend to yourself. And I am the worst at this. I've always blamed myself when I am not feeling good. I always blame myself, and that's a trick. That's a program. That's an installed program. That's not reality. And it's very important to use whatever techniques you have at your disposal. Um, I like, for me, it's Sahaj Marg. I've talked about that a million times. The heartfulness system works good for me because it's a multi-pronged approach. It's, you, uh, there's a prayer aspect, there's a meditation aspect, there's the transmission, the remembrance. Any one of those techniques, can bring you out of that fog. Last night I was feeling down, and I think it's just because I was tired. I started getting, um, I started feeling down about stuff, and I just prayed, to God before I went to bed, and I just felt so much better when I woke up. I felt totally better, and I know that the prayer helped, and just getting it off your chest. You can share. We should be able to share with the divine. I mean, everything, right? All the intimacies, all the things that um, we might be ashamed of, or we might be feeling depressed about, or we're worried about. We should be sharing all that, and so just a reminder to do that. A reminder to hold fast. A reminder that this is not over yet, and all these people, these truth people, they would have given up if things were hopeless, but they're getting a lot of information. They just can't tell us everything yet. They can't tell us everything yet. So it's exciting. It's kind of scary. It's kind of exciting. It's kind of depressing. It's like all these emotions are wrapped up in one thing, and it's my biggest fear was that, they may, because of the power of the media, they can just make the election go away, like it never happened, and it was never stolen, and they can just make wrong seem right. And it's just that perversion that they're perverting the truth. And the truth is the truth. It stands alone. It doesn't have to have um, CGI. It doesn't have to have fakery. It doesn't have to have lying and blackmail and deception. It is just what it is, and that's that's a powerful thing. And I think we can rest assured that the truth will prevail. Absolutely will prevail. And we have to have the kind of um, let me just put it this way. You can only have the confidence and the resolve that come from connecting with that truth. And I was telling my wife, I said, I don't care if I don't see, I mean, obviously I'd like to have things out in the open. I want the best future for my children and everything else. But the reality is, if I live, if I have to know the truth for till I'm 90 years old and nothing happens, it'll still be the truth. It doesn't change. It just because you know um, I'm getting older doesn't mean the truth is less. It is what it is. And these evildoers know that. They know it. But their only hope is to get us all to play a part in this deception. And so we deceive ourselves, really, is what happens. We start deceiving ourselves. And the divine gives us so much. There's so much, there's so many miracles occurring before our very eyes. And yet we're told that, God's not real. Science, 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 huge manipulation tool. I mean, they've just inverted things so much and twisted things so much. And those days are numbered. So, anyway, I hope you all have a good day.